Well, if you're tuning in, it means you are ready for another episode of Bad Takeout. I'm Jeremy Tomenberg. With me, partner in crime.
Oh, me? Kevin Crowley.
Me?
Oh, me?
Mr. Kevin Gentleman. I just got
Matthew. Kevin
Matthew's your middle name?
It is. Child of God.
I was going to do a whole, my name is Kevin, I've got a new job, I got a new lease on life, Crowley.
I do. But
Congratulations.
No, yeah, I got to,
Right before we hit record, you told me all about your new job.
Right. I got a call on Saturday, and then I start working, a day later, and it's like it's a TV show, so it's already going and working.
Ooh, TV. Ooh. You're such a big deal, Kevin.
Co-ed Confidential. Hello.
Is that what's called Co-ed Confidential?
Yeah.
Is it a porno?
Yeah, sort of.
Isn't it Co-ed Confidential a porno on Cinemax at night?
I wish I was working on Co-ed Confidential, but I'm
not.
No,
you don't.
No, I probably wouldn't. It would be
your father would be rolling in his grave if he was hanging out at the Heaven Bar, got to work,
and like the TV he turns on is whatever
his Irish bar.
His youngest son is working on. He's
right.
Like, I just got to check in on my boy. Hold on, and it's like, set designer. Kevin Crowley.
It wouldn't even say set designer. It would say fluffer. Yeah. Kevin Crowley. It would be all of a sudden you're a set designer. How come on Co-ed Confidential you think you're getting a goddamn bump in pay raise and in credit now?
Right. Is that union?
You think the Skinamax could be union? I don't know.
But I would think I've never in the 5 years working out here. I've never worked on porn because I always heard that's kind of like, you're either working under a pseudonym like a fake name. Or you're just working porn now. Like, forget about ever working on anything.
The old man, I swear to God, told me, as we're leaving, me and my buddy John, we're in the cars, we're getting ready to pull out from Buffalo Grove, headed to the big Tinseltown.
Right.
And he was very clear. He's like, whatever happens, he's like, you work in porn, you're done. I'll cut you off like that quick.
Yeah. Look, but I mean, it's a viable form of entertainment. I mean...
I love porn.
It's very entertaining.
I watch porn.
I'm a big fan.
I knew right away that you weren't working on Co-ed Confidential because it was a porn on Cinemax.
No, it's a nice cable show, like helping families and stuff.
On what network? Can you tell us?
Well, I can't really tell you, but it's owned by somebody.
Did you have to sign something already?
No, nothing too crazy.
Well then,
but it works for someone. It's the company, the woman who owns it. Her name rhymes with Mopra. So.
Okay, kids, we'll leave that for you. Yeah. If you can figure it out, the network he works on.
And you get a car. That's going to be me by the end of the season.
You get a car. You get a car.
And if you look under your
get a car.
But you'll get like a Kevin Crowley.
She fucked everybody.
How do you figure?
When she gave them all the cars?
Oh, yeah.
Big
with
time.
Taxes and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. People couldn't afford the cars, the taxes on the cars. People were losing things.
Yeah. That's like buying a house. And be like,
I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to take a,
A bump?
A bump. No, people are going to be looking down upon me when I say this. What? I don't like her. No? I don't like her at all.
I got no beef with Oprah. Now that she sort of employs me, I definitely have no beef with Oprah.
I love Oprah.
I do. Because I get a car and you'll get a car. Anyway.
I always had a beef with the school thing in Africa.
What happened? I
always had a beef with that. She had $100 million school.
Okay.
And she opened it up in Africa, which is, wow, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. 100 girls got to go there.
Okay.
For $100 million, I'm not saying I understand the African economics. She could have educated the entire continent of who knows what.
Oh yeah, what was it? Was it like a Scientology school?
No, but it was like a privileged 100 girls, all girls school, which the girls ended up getting raped.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was the problem.
I'm just saying, for $100 million, couldn't she have, gotten a few more countries than just 100? She could have. I mean,
she could have taken care of a couple more girls.
Couple more than 100?
Yeah.
What do you think? $100 million?
But it's still charity. I mean, you're still going the cesspool of the world and trying to make a difference, even if it's for 100 girls who have no... But if they get raped... Ugh.
They got raped.
Yeah,
and then the car thing, and then I don't like the way she talks. She's got that voice, and then, you get a car, you get a car.
And also
yeah, whatever. We'll leave it at that. But
Oprah is the shit.
I think her network didn't do so good. At one point, they came to her, and they're like, listen... The network's not doing so good. You have to give us money now.
I apologize if there's any clinking of glass.
I think by the 21st episode, people are aware that you're going to be drinking your scotch and clinking through the episode.
It's on the rocks, so it's nice and diluted.
I'm just
I
saying.
got an early day tomorrow.
You don't have to apologize.
I got to change the world tomorrow.
You get a job and you start acting like the biggest pompous dick.
Yeah.
Like,
I do walk around with my chest out a little bit more. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck?
you should be proud, but you walked in today and you're like, all right, let's get doing this because, I got to get up in the morning. People got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a job. I always work, buddy.
You do.
This ain't a new thing for me.
But for me, my biggest accomplishment of the day is like watering all of my plants and flowers out on my shit. Like that's like, if I'm not working, I'm like, oh, I'll go to the gym. Playing with my watch now, Jesus. I'm sorry.
It's just enough.
Sorry to the people.
It's just
Don't cry for me.
You would think by the 21st episode we'd have a little more professionalism going on. The clinking.
Fidgety.
Why? Because you have a job.
I think it's anxiety.
Jesus.
Dude, I got.
Can't you just act like what? You can act like a man.
I can. What's the matter?
What are you,
with
some
you?
Hollywood Finucchio?
No. But yeah, I'm a little anxious.
You
going
do.
into
You
it.
don't be.
You work a certain amount of years.
I don't know
and
why
then
you do
finally
that.
start getting this bump where you have a little more response, and that's all I've been saying. Like just.
I know. I'm tired of hearing
work
it.
On.
You don't like. Yeah. Just it's
give
enough.
me the opportunity.
It's enough. You got it. Shut the fuck up. Go in there tomorrow like the big swinging dick and act as if.
It's true.
And that's it.
No.
Until don't fuck up and just enough.
It's
enough
like any
fucking
other job.
Stop whining.
I know.
You little baby. You'll be fine. You've done other gigs now. This is not your first coordinating gig.
No. Yeah.
So let's.
It's time for Kevin to stop flooding his toilet.
Yeah.
It's time
to
Kevin.
shit or get off the pot.
I love that term. That's always been like it makes the most sense. It's like honestly, like you're gonna shit or you're gonna get off the pot.
That's it.
Like why would you just sit in a toilet with your asshole just like doing nothing? Like you shit or you get off the pot.
Had you sat on the pot the night that you were running your bath, you wouldn't have had to watch your
my
rubber.
tootsies would have get all flooded.
Your rubber ducky wouldn't have went flying right in front of you in your family room.
Oh, my Pantene Pro V.
Was it really your Pantene Pro V?
Yeah, it was. Call back to episode 12.
I forget what it was, but yeah, it really was Pantene Pro V. It just swam right past you.
I'm laying on my couch.
You're gonna have a job now, okay? You have to set an alarm. You have to get up. Is that going to be hard for you to get up?
Oh no!
Really early?
Getting up isn't getting there. It's on the other side of town, but fuck it. It'll be 6:30 in the morning.
There'll be less traffic. Yeah, it's Hollywood.
It is. This is a very LA conversation. Like, oh yeah, but I think I'm gonna take Western, then hop over on Hoover, and then fucking
Ray Till in Chicago, who listens to our podcast, is not going to give a fuck about your
shout out
lozenge. Yeah, we gotta get shout outs out here.
Why Ray Tills? Is he like?
He's a buddy of mine. He listens all the time.
He's a cleaner.
He's a cleaner. What's a cleaner? Like a button man?
Yeah.
Because he's from Chicago, he's gonna be.
Ray Till sounds like someone who would be, on trial for 18 counts.
No, I
of
think
murder.
it's as a matter of fact. I
hope he's not Ray.
He is a
Thank you for listening, Ray.
a veteran of this U.S.
God bless you.
Military.
I love the military.
He is.
I worked on a fucking military show with the military guys. They made me feel like such a fucking privileged little shithead.
Like a little white
When
piece
kids
of privileged
younger than
shit.
me, I'm like 29 and these kids are like 21. They're just getting out of the shit. And then they're like, oh, thanks so much, man. And I'm like, wow, I really am. It's just another example of how I'm reminded that I'm like, I really could, be doing more.
The question is, let's say an 18-year-old Kevin Crowley went into the military.
Yeah.
What do you who do you think I'd be talking to today?
Not me. Well, no, it would be me, but I'd be a little more realistic about shit.
Because I have another buddy, besides Ray Till. I have a couple buddies that are military, but I have one buddy out here.
And Ray Till, thank you for your service.
And thank you for listening.
Yes, and even more so.
Fuck
the USA.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to Bad Takeout every week. Yes. He does listen every week.
Good for him.
I know he'll listen this week, so I'm going to tell him he's going to be on it. And then we know.
Don't tell him. It'll be a surprise.
Don't tell him?
Yeah.
Just see if he's like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'll give him 2 days. I'll let him know the new episode's up and we'll see if he says
But don't get trigger happy. Don't be like.
No, I won't.
Like you have to.
We're going to wait for our one true listener to call me and be like, listen, I listened. That's awesome. But I was going to say, I have a buddy in production who served. And he's chill just like, you, me, and everything. But he served. I think he was in Korea for a couple years.
Oh, so he's like 70 years old?
No, he's our age.
Oh, he wasn't in the Korean War.
No.
When you said he was in Korea, that's what that means.
Kevin, you're 30 years old. That's not what it means to you.
No, you said he was in Korea. Like he wasn't like he was stationed in Korea. You were like he was in Korea, like the Korean War. Before Vietnam. So this guy is 72 years old.
In working production.
Working production. God bless him.
No, but anyways, so I'm saying you might could still be you.
No, I would be the kid who grew up, and did all that. But if I was put into those situations that our veterans are, where it's really everything we know, for real.
Oh, it's wiped clean.
Whatever the fucking hardest decision you had to make today.
It's nothing.
Is like,
Am
I going to take like one swipe of toilet paper or 2 swipes? Like, that's what your biggest decision was to those guys.
Oh, yeah.
And say anything you want about fucking the United States. Say whatever you want about Barack Obama. But, I mean, like, the guys who are in the shit, like, you can never,
I would never. It's because of people like that that allow us to be pieces of shit like we are.
Amen. And pay our taxes.
Fuck yeah.
And that's all we got to do. That's like, as long as you don't get arrested and you pay your taxes.
Clink.
You could be...
Clink to America.
Nice bottle.
I drink water, buddy. Yeah. Some of us have to go to work tomorrow and can't have a...
Yeah, right.
Can't have a
Some people have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Have a vat of scotch before they go to sleep.
Not a vat. Well, maybe it might be a vat.
Let me tell you, if I
Jingle bells.
If I drank...
You want a taste?
It's ridiculous to have a taste of this. Here, I'm going to have a little taste of Kevin's. What are we drinking here?
Cutty Sark.
Cutty Sark.
Throw.
Is it...
You don't like it?
No, it just heats up. It's fine. It's
Jeremy's
just
going to throw up. Episode 21 is going to be the episode where Jeremy throws up.
I'm not going to throw up, you son of a bitch.
That'd be great.
Just shut the fuck up.
I've never seen you like shit-faced, because, booze isn't your thing.
I've been drunk around you once or twice.
Your birthday, when we used to live in the Sherman Oaks house, I saw you drunk. That was the only time. Really.
Was I? I was normal.
No.
What'd I do?
You're telling like very private things
like
about
what?
yourself.
No, I wasn't.
I'm not gonna expose it here because I'm embarrassed for you.
You're full of shit.
I wouldn't do that to you.
But I've never been that drunk that I don't remember.
Yeah, I have.
But it's been years since I've been like blackout drunk. College, that shit happened.
Yeah, I remember like the day before my brother graduated from college, we went like drinking Jack Daniels and like a lot of Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels makes me a very
where you don't brush your teeth when you go to sleep. Like we were swinging.
Oh, that's the Cutty Sark.
You like that Cutty Sark? You get the burn, right?
Yeah.
It's on the bottle. Burp and you'll get the burn.
I don't want to talk anymore about this bullshit. I want to know, what have you been watching? Was there anything this weekend? I was trying to think I wanted to tell you about. Oh, I watched The Newsroom last night. Did you watch The Newsroom?
I did not watch The Newsroom.
You're not a big fan. I thought you were a bigger fan of Sorkin than you are.
Look, I really like the
when we lived together, it was your copy of Studio 60 that I watched like twice.
Because I got it for $9 in a bargain bin.
Oh, it had nothing to do with your...
No.
Oh.
I mean, like, my dad loved West Wing. And
I like West Wing.
That was the only show
I'm about
he watched.
Season 2 into West Wing.
Yeah, good.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those shows that, it's like fucking 7 seasons. Like, that's like 3 months out of your life, which isn't that much.
I've been watching. Hopefully. I'm on season 2.5, and I've been watching for over a year right now. So
yeah. So it's not that good.
It's good, but I don't have time to like lay into a whole. I mean, it's a thing to get into West Wing.
It's like watching The Wire. It's like The Wire. You need to give it like 4 episodes, and there's one scene in the 4th episode of the first season where you're like, like this shit is gonna.
Is that what you posted the other day?
Yeah.
Ugh, I watched it.
Why you gotta be calling out my posts?
Your Facebook posts?
What?
No, I saw it. I watched it.
That's great.
I remember watching that episode with you.
It's the scene. If anyone's watched the scene, watched The Wire. It's the scene where McNulty and Bunk are investigating the shooting, and there's the tap on the glass, and he shoots the girl with the black tits. Not McNulty or Bunk, but I think it was Avon Barksdale.
I remember all these names, but I don't remember that particular episode. I enjoyed everything we watched, but when it started to get into the school system, I was bored.
Really? Wow.
I was bored.
That's the best season in my opinion.
Maybe we'll try it again.
Oh, you can try it.
Don't you remember where we left off? You remember.
Yeah, it was season 4. It was like right in between season 4. That's the best episode, I think. Best season, I think.
All right.
Well, speaking of The Wire, how about this? I love segues.
Okay, go ahead.
Show.
You just ruined it, but go ahead.
Why? What do you think I'm gonna mention?
When you call out the segue, it then ruins the segue.
No. Fuck you, because I just realized it was a segue, and I have Tourette's.
All right, go ahead.
But what did you think I was gonna bring up after talking about The Wire for maybe 45 seconds?
I don't know.
Really?
Oh, Trayvon Martin?
Yeah.
Well,
there's a verdict.
The verdict came in Saturday night. I thought of you first because I was at dinner with my girlfriend, and the minute I got the little tweet from, I don't want to say tweet, I'm sorry. It wasn't. God,
Jesus.
it was definitely 100% not a tweet. I just mean my phone tweeted from
Blew up your
CNN.
spot. Fucking Twitter hound.
I've never used Twitter. I'm going on the limb. I'm going out there and saying I don't use Twitter.
Anyway, Trayvon Martin verdict across the screen.
Went straight to you. I knew you were right.
Yeah, you texted me, and but that's how quickly we get our information. Like I was thinking about that, like because before I turn on a TV, before I walk past a storefront with a TV in it, like I knew because of Twitter and Facebook and texting.
Right.
You get this shit like right off the fucking bat.
CNN. My phone like did a little beep 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 beep. Looked down and it said, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean
verdicts
Zimmerman it was found not guilty of second-degree manslaughter and
murder. He was either murder, secondary. They had three things that the jury had three things they could choose from. The 6 women, which
yeah, 6-man jury.
what the fuck was that about?
It was all women too.
All women and all white. No black women.
See, I didn't know all the details.
I'm learning details now because
Yeah,
I was
please, because I need to be informed.
6 women.
Cuddy Sark.
Cuddy
just
Sark.
fucking knocked your balls in a little bit.
That was more Bill Cosby like drunk.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
You are shit-faced. You
No,
took
I'm
a
not.
sip. Go.
Stupid.
Anyway.
It was either murder, the manslaughter thing, or not guilty, and he got not guilty.
Yeah. But, I mean, he 3 counts. So he was found guilty.
Not 3 counts. Those were the 3 options they had.
Oh, okay. Again, like, I feel kind of like a schmuck because, you know, I didn't really pay enough attention to this. But honestly, I don't think it's that big. Look,
I
okay.
don't know.
And let me this be a waiver. Anybody who listens to this shit, accept my opinion for what it is, all right?
You can do what the fuck you want. It's your show.
Exactly. But I think with all the murders, all the gun murders that happen in this country every year, in all 50 states, you know, this case was handpicked by the media
because it was like a white guy who's not even white. He's Peruvian
he's
and a
white
black
Hispanic.
kid.
Like,
there's more murders unsolved in Chicago than there are in the whole state of Florida right now.
Yeah.
And no one seems to be talking. There was like 7 gangland shootings in the last like week, and no one's talking about those.
right. I mean, every weekend.
Why don't we care about black on black crime, but we care about white on black crime or black on white crime? I don't understand.
Like, I just think it was
It was like you said, it was
because race
handpicked.
relations. Look, I mean, I think race relations for the most part are pretty good in this country. You know, I mean, a majority of white people.
Yeah, but you're white, so people are gonna say, "Yo, you can say that because you're white."
What? What I say?
People are gonna say that you can say that race relations are okay because you're white, so you don't
Look,
understand.
I don't know, man. I don't
you're
know
not
what
black.
it's like to be a 30-year-old. Let's say that I was the same age, 30 years old, but born black in, you know, the inner city.
Your Irish tattoos would be weird.
Exactly. And I mean, but it would be great because I'd be like 6'4" and have like a 9-inch dick instead of like 4'11" with a micro penis. But I don't have a micro penis, girls. Text me, you'll find out. But you know, I mean, look, I don't know what it's like to walk into a bodega or a fucking mini mart
and be profiled.
And get eyeballed.
Here, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Clearly, Trayvon Martin was profiled, and that's not cool. That's not cool. He shouldn't have been profiled just from walking. What I do know is that people are all up in arms about Zimmerman getting off. What they should be in up arms about is the gun laws and the stand your ground law that protected Zimmerman. Because even if he's the aggressor, which he probably was, even if he was, Trayvon Martin had to have been on top of him, punching him, breaking his nose, slamming his head on the ground as he got shot.
But was he provoked to do that?
Don't you understand? It's not even. This
You
is
mean the law, you mean?
That's what I'm saying. People are getting upset. It doesn't fucking matter because the law, it's not illegal to racial profile. It's not illegal to provoke somebody. What I'm saying is, Zimmerman should be in jail. He should be. But laws protected him. People should be fighting the gun laws and upset at that, not threatening to kill Zimmerman.
Well, with a case like this, if he were to have been convicted, it would change the whole demographic, the whole geography of gun laws in this country, because all the NRA, all of the special interest groups, basically, that are the opposite of who's all up in arms now, the NAACP, and look, and they have a right. I mean, they have a right because it's the United States of America. You have the right to fucking everything in this country for the most part, you know. But the justice system worked However, it worked in this case.
Because of the Florida laws.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He might have been the aggressor. He might have been racial profiling. But at some point through all the bullshit, whatever happened between them, they started fighting.
Yeah.
And when they started fighting, and Zimmerman was then punched in the face and his head slammed on the ground, within the rights of the law of the state of Florida and him being threatened in the stand your ground rules, he took him down.
This is going to be, I honestly, if some good comes out of this, because nothing good comes out of a guilty or non-guilty. I mean, the kid's still dead, you know?
And that's horrible.
And the guys, yeah. And for really no reason.
And I didn't like the bullshit that they shouldn't have. The whole thing about they did a drug test on Trayvon Martin. He had some pot in his system. They tried to like make him look like some piece of shit because that was wrong.
I don't know the kid. I
Right.
don't really.
He was just
you know,
a
and, look,
person.
and this is gonna sound fucking wrong, but look, I mean, there's a million Trayvon Martins out there. You know, there's a million Kevin Crowleys.
There's
out
a million Zimmermans out there, and it's happening every day. And it's white, black, black, white, black, black, white, white, Mexican, Mexican.
But I mean, but my point is like to pinpoint this one story, which you know, like I said, if anything good comes out of it, if there's some landmark, you know, case, I know that the federal government is
like
looking.
the Trayvon Martin law or something like that.
If something comes out of that changes this from another basically citizen to be shot in this country by another citizen, it's fucking murder. But there's so many of them every goddamn year. There's like 3,000 gun murders a year in this country. You know, is that a problem? Abso-fucking-lutely.
I agree.
But look into the details, you know, which I haven't. So I can't talk much on it. But like, you know, if something landmark comes out of this that prevents another Trayvon Martin and all of the catalyst that it creates, because there's like, you know, because there was like not rioting, but there was like
protesting and
there was protesting on Hollywood Boulevard in Cahuenga last night. That like tear gas and shit got shot into the crowd. You know?
May I make a point, and I get a little upset.
Yes.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
These people on Facebook that right away start posting like, I'm so disgusted.
Yes.
Like, I just can't take it anymore.
I don't know, man.
Like, they make it all about them. I can't handle it. It's like, I couldn't sleep over Trayvon Martin. Like, I feel bad.
They want to make it about themselves.
That's what I'm saying.
They want to attach
I
themselves
think it's
to the
shitty
story.
that someone died. Human beings don't deserve to die in a scuffle. It should have been ended with words, maybe a few fists, but it should have ended. No one should have gotten
That's
shot.
really the point, man. It escalated from the point of talking until fist fighting until on the ground,
And that's wrong.
pounding a head.
What I didn't do, what I don't understand is all these people on Facebook. I'm so disgusted. I just can't sleep at night. My heart hurts. Like, you motherfuckers don't know this. You don't know nothing. You're going back to your jobs and your coffee culottes,
Right.
and you don't care.
I love those people from like LA and Hollywood.
Yes, all of them.
Yeah,
they all are.
So they go. I mean, and look, and
That's what I'm saying.
I love television, but like you go back to your like, you know, your 8-10 hour days of, for the most part, like glorifying violence and fucking adding fuel to the fire of whatever you want to call it. You know, like they're gonna blame fucking the NRA. They're gonna blame violent video games. They're gonna fucking blame, you know, the Hispanic groups. You know, like it's
the Jews.
The Jews. Well, is he Jewish?
Who?
Zimmerman.
No, he's Peruvian.
They don't make Jews in Peru?
He's like a Mexican Jew.
I'm a Jew from Peru, and I'm here to say I love Fruity Pebbles and I made your way. Like, he could be a rapper. Dude, Zimmerman's only 29 years old.
See how much weight he gained?
Younger than
from when
both
he killed
of us.
Trayvon Martin until now.
This asshole pulled that trigger when he was 27 years old, and forever he's gonna be in history books as George Zimmerman.
The guy who killed Trayvon Martin.
Yes. And he's not a murderer because he wasn't.
Well, they said, I remember seeing something. They're like, either he's gonna go into hiding for a little bit or the rest of his life.
That sucks.
He was gonna have to legally change his name.
And all the money he spent, like fucking all these expert witnesses, and
if there's federal charges against him filed, they're saying there might be federal charges.
Well, no, I mean there's gonna be a civil suit. Like,
I'm saying there might be federal charges.
For what?
I don't know.
Like
I just saw.
It's gonna go to the Supreme Court.
I heard something. I read something real quick as I was leaving work. It said something about federal charges could be could federal charges be, you know, out ? So I didn't read it.
There's gonna be honestly. I mean, what do they want? Like I see all over the place. I see justice for Trayvon. So does that mean Zimmerman going to prison?
I think
is that justice?
I think a lot of people think that Zimmerman should die. I don't think he deserves death threats. I think it's like, how are we going to answer more violence with more violence?
Could you imagine that? Fucking going through your life getting.
His brother was on what's the English asshole's name on CNN?
Piers Morgan.
Peers.
Peers.
Pears, like Piers.
I believe it's Pirs.
Piers.
Like a pier of the marina.
Anyways, I know who it is. I'm fucking with you. Anyways, he was on Piers Morgan, the brother, and he was saying that the family gets death threats on a regular basis now. Like,
You think if he can go back to that day, that night?
he's not pulling that trigger. No. I don't know
That
why.
one decision, man, like that one fucking reflex of your finger changed that
But like you said, it's his
life.
fault. He racially profiled this kid.
I think so.
Cops told
But
him
that's not against the law.
The 911 operator or whoever said you don't have to follow him. He continued to follow him. And at some point, he probably said something, and this kid, Sharon was like, fuck this. I'm going to fucking let this guy know I'm not to be fucked with. And a fight broke out, and then people get hurt.
Okay, again.
And killed.
Like, this isn't a waiver. This is just a free forum where I want to speak.
Honestly, I'm going to let you know, it is absolutely annoying every time you're going to say something.
Because, it's like censoring yourself.
Why? It's my fucking show. It's your fucking show. Say what you want. Don't make any more exclamations before you make.
You hear that, you liberal pigs? Fuck you and your assholes.
This is my show.
Sorry, Mom. But
go ahead.
Justice for Trayvon. You don't see these campaigns spearheaded for, the Anthony Johnsons or the Malik Fords all over the country.
Who's Malik Ford?
I'm just making up a black name. It's pretty good, right?
Oh my god!
I'm writing a screenplay.
And Malik Ford is one of your characters in your screenplay. Yeah. What does Malik Ford do?
He's the antagonist.
And what does he do? What's going on? Tell me about it.
I don't know. I just made it up. Malik Ford just came out of because I'm creative.
You're very art.
Malik
really
Ford. I'm not gonna call him like Malcolm Jacobson. That's just racist.
Malik Ford. Speaking of Malik Ford, let's talk about the made-up names.
Oh yeah,
the Koreans.
Well, so are we wrapping up our George Zimmerman conversation?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm good with that. The point is, he's a dick.
But let me at least finish my Malik Ford point.
Oh, you make your Malik Ford point because that was a perfect segue that you just ruined.
What happened?
Malik Ford, the name you made up, led into the fake names.
Oh, don't worry, baby boy. We got this shit, Tintin.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So, but you don't see, where's, the justice for all these kids who were killed in gang violence by the same gun, by the same...
They weren't killed by a white Peruvian.
Right? And there's something wrong with that, man.
The problem.
That's fucking race baiting. That's just causing racism.
The media put it out there because
from the get-go. And they should be ashamed of themselves.
Hot story.
That's terrible. That really is fucking... That's disgraceful.
It's what our media's become.
So, no, I didn't see the newsroom last night. Boom! Drop the mic.
Fuck that. I'm out.
Yes, but another big story in the news.
So some intern... It's insane that some intern was able to somehow falsify reports or say he got confirmation that they knew the pilots' names of the Asiatic...
Yeah, Asiana Flight 214, the one that crashed in San Francisco last weekend.
Right.
The third person died this week.
Person.
And the second run over by a fire engine. She was she got...
But she fell out of the plane, right?
So she probably wasn't in the best shape, and I'm not corner. Let me just say that for the people, anyone who's offended by injuries.
Oh, you're such a douchebag.
But yeah, she was run over by a rescue vehicle.
So she fell out of the plane while it was crashing, and then it was the fight as the engines were coming to save. They didn't see her, and
right.
Well, she's probably really small.
They are. I mean, Asians tend to be.
Yeah.
But all the reporting, all the news reports that come in. But again, it was a flurry of 3 or 4 days, and then the next hot story came up. But this news station somewhere in the country, I don't
know. It was Ohio or
I don't know.
Iowa, somewhere like that.
One of those places in the middle.
Where apparently an intern has all the power.
Right. So they were reporting on it, and they were talking about...
Go ahead, play this. Let's play it first.
So this is the news clip.
This is the news clip that aired on...
We have new information now also on the plane crash. KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Lee Fook, and Bang Ding Ao. The NTSB has confirmed these are the names of the pilots
Holy
on board
fuck.
Flight 214 when it crashed.
Some intern, you're telling me between... You have to understand, people that might not be in production, they... Between the intern and getting on the news, there's about 50 people.
Yeah, you gotta proofread that shit, man.
That might see this report before it gets on air. Yet some intern...
Something Wong.
Got Something Wong.
And look, 3 people are dead. it's a terrible tragedy. And it was. It sucked. for
But
all
that
those
was
people.
the funniest shit I've heard. And
Yeah.
I laughed so hard. When you told me that, I thought there's no way that is real.
They really are fucking dunderheads. Like, people in the news.
It's the same people that allow, like, the news reports, that, like, allow, like, people like Captain Jenks from the Howard Stern Show to get on a real CNN news report. He'll get on and be like, the Fire Marshal Jeff Johnson out of this. And he'll get on, and the Fire Marshal from Asiatic Flight will...
Well, wasn't that like a Howard Stern bit that, like, Benji or something would always call in? I haven't listened to Howard in, like, years, but there was always, like, somebody...
Captain Jenks would call
Captain
in.
Jenks, there you go.
I'm trying to tell you why you
I
interrupt
just
me.
interrupted you
Were you
while
not even listening?
I was thinking about
just
my
drink
day
your
tomorrow.
scotch, you fucking turd. But Captain Jenks would just call up, get on as like a fire marshal, start talking for real, start just giving off false news, and then go, Howard Stern's penis is really small, and hang up the phone. Mm-hmm. It's just ridiculous that these people don't do any fact checking.
Dude,
Holy fuck!
It's one of my favorite clips, and I wish I had it in front of me, but I don't. But it was, they were reading off birthdays, and it was like something ridiculous, like so sexually offensive, and I don't remember it, so I can't do it any justice.
My cunt.
And they just were reading from the teleprompter with their like really nice hair and their like ironic
Go
names.
fuck yourself, San Diego.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Fucking.
It's people are stupid. Maybe these newscasters really aren't that smart. Like, and she's trying so hard.
We
Some
too
Ting
low.
Wong, holy fook.
Yeah, it was probably spelled Fuck, but she's like, oh, it must
The
be.
intern's never gonna have another job.
They can't blame the intern. The guy's not getting paid. He doesn't give a fuck.
Someone could have checked his work.
Yeah, the guy was getting paid. I'm the guy who does his job. He must be the other guy.
Oh, that is too good. Holy fuck.
Yeah. And then speaking of,
They're suing now. Asiatic Flight's suing the network, the station.
I saw something about.
They're
that.
gonna win too. They're suing for defamation.
What
They're,
do
they're suing for defamation that they were being racist.
Holy fuck.
Holy fuck. Go ahead.
Yeah, but again, it's the gay fucking shit. It's the guy who I already forget his name.
What do you mean gay fucking shit?
AJ Clemente. I do remember his name.
What's AJ Clemente?
The guy from
Oh, we played that,
from
yeah.
North Dakota.
The newscaster, like, it was his first night out, and
They're dummies.
first,
They're
right,
working
right as
their
he goes
way-
right to, what's the guy's name?
AJ Clemente.
Right to AJ Clemenza,
They're
here
working
you
their
are.
way from Boise to like Spokane or fucking somewhere in the Midwest, and then all the way up to like Branson, Missouri. Like Branson, Missouri, NBC Nightly News, I'm sure is the shit. To like AJ Clemente and these dummies.
I wonder what's AJ Clemente doing now, like 3 months later?
I think he's a bartender.
A bartender.
Yeah, I read an article. I think.
No, you're being serious.
Yeah, I think he does like appearances at bars
And probably goes gay
and
fucking
lives
shit.
with his mom.
Screwed his whole career.
Done. I
All
still
good.
remember his name. That means at least there's another million assholes in this country who still remember that asshole's name. It's all a cycle. Did you hear
It's
me
all a cycle.
try to make a point there? Yeah, and then I heard another Japanese story.
Oh.
Because there are like Japanese stories, shit that just doesn't happen in this country.
Okay.
But it was on CNN, so I trust it. They're reliable and fair and equal. And a woman was apparently killed by her iPhone yesterday.
What did it do? Did it bite her?
No.
Did Siri like, I've had enough?
Yeah, it's like, stop calling me a cunt. Because everybody with Siri has at least called Siri like Siri, I fucking hate everything you stand for.
I love yelling at Siri.
I've had enough.
I love calling Siri a cunt.
No.
Siri, you're a cunt.
I am?
Ooh.
Yes, you are a gigantic fucking bitch.
I hope you don't kiss your mother with that mouth.
Oh my god.
Oh my
It's
god.
aware.
Oh my god, Siri is self-aware. Open the pod bay doors.
You would think someone would have opened it by now.
Oh, you
Don't smart off to me, you fucking cunt.
Oh, language, Jeremy.
Okay, you don't then.
I love Siri.
Yeah, so you think Siri killed this
So you
woman?
think Siri killed? You think that's what Siri was doing?
okay,
This
CNN
Japanese woman was like just getting really angry.
Meow, 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 meow. And then... and then it fucking like sliced her throat open like in like some Takahashi Miike movie.
Oh my
Ichi the
God.
Killer. But yeah, apparently it was. And I don't think Japanese speak in cat-like voices. Let me just put that out there. Apologies.
You did it again. Why are you doing it again? Why do you have to do that? Why can't you just talk and be funny? Why do you have to say? Why do you have to hinder everything you say?
You're right. Because I have white guilt. I have white guilt about everything, not just Trayvon Martin. I have black guilt too.
You have black guilt too.
I don't think there is black guilt. I know there's white guilt. But anyway, so this woman was killed. Apparently her iPhone was plugged into the wall, and she answered a phone call and held it to her head, and it like killed her.
What do you mean it killed her?
It went maximum overdrive and killed her.
Like the electricity like had enough?
Like the toaster shot toast at her and fucking killed her. Like it became aware.
I didn't see this news story.
Look it up. I promise you. Unless I am.
So if I look up Holy Fook killed by iPhone 5, it'll come up.
Because Holy Fook was the pilot on the plane. Nothing to do with this.
Oh.
Apparently. But yeah, and so I mean,
There's gotta be a connection.
Technology is killing us. Fucking
Zimmerman's killing us.
white Mexicans are killing us.
God, it's really becoming hard to be
And
American.
then on a lighter note, well, no, that's not fair to say at all, because it's not a lighter note at all. But breaking news yesterday. And I don't watch the program. I do enjoy my television like every American, but I don't watch Glee. But
Oh, that little drunk bitch who died.
oh, geez, you are so. The guy's not even cold yet.
Here's my problem. Everyone's like
Corey Monteith.
Corey Monteith.
Who
He was the
played
star of
Finn
Glee.
Hudson. I'm going to my notes. Going to my notes here.
He was dating the really hot Jew broad, Leah
Yeah.
Michelle.
Jesus,
Here's
you're just
the thing.
trying to you burn every bridge you could ever possibly.
Here's the
build.
thing about this. This guy, I know it. You can call it like a disease or a problem, but all these people, they're given the keys to the throne. I was with this guy at the SAG Awards, helping him get to his car. Seemed like a nice enough guy, but you know what I mean. He's sitting there just all fucked up and drunk and this and that, and it's like, come on, like
Yeah, it's a rough life.
you're given the keys to the throne, man. Like Hollywood's a great thing to achieve. Like
Nah,
to
dude,
do
substance
this.
abuse is something that
I know.
I mean, and
But all the people are like, oh my God, it's so sad, he's so young. Well, how come he didn't go get help? How come he had to keep drinking?
see, but think about how devastated, and that's a pretty heavy word, but think about how upset you were when you first heard that James Gandolfini died.
I was broken, but I also said, and in our pockets, I'm like, maybe he shouldn't have been fucking doing drinking.
Doing it, it's easy,
What
Nana.
am I, my
Lay off.
grandma? If he wasn't on the pot, he would be no. But if James Gandolfini didn't eat in excess and do drugs and drink in excess, he'd probably still be here.
And I mean, and I don't watch Glee, so I mean,
Why would you? Glee's probably the dumbest fucking show. I don't care if the guy is dead. It doesn't mean the show is any fucking better,
Oh my goodness,
right?
Just full of hatred.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. No, you're not. But I came across breaking news, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who this is. But
I thought a Junior Soprano. Up another toothpick.
he becomes that long line, man, of fucking people that this city just eats up and spits out. You know, like
I think
Belushi.
I think he was Canadian.
Oh, he died in Canada.
Or was that what happened?
So he didn't go Chateau Marmont. He didn't
Heath
go,
Ledger.
He didn't go big. But yeah,
Like a John Belushi or Heath Ledger, but no, I think Heath Ledger died in New York in Soho.
Finn Hudson's dead, man. That's hard.
Have you seen one episode of Glee?
No.
I'm sorry someone died, but who gives a fuck? Maybe Glee will get better now.
Yeah, a lot of people. I'm sure a handful of people have died listening to this show.
Do you think the little Gleeks who watch the show are like, oh my God, I can't believe we're gonna have the show without Finn?
Well, I'm sure that there are some diehard fans who are like, fucking Trayvon Martin case killed his story.
Do you think someone thinks that?
I'm sure there's some obsessive.
Do you think there was
Glee
some
fan.
people that were just nothing mattered to them?
Hold on,
but
who
this story?
died? Who died the same day as Farrah Fawcett?
I can't tell you. Farrah Fawcett died.
No. But was it Patrick Swayze? A bigger star. Trumped Farrah. No, it was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
You're
died
right.
within 2 or 3 days of
You're
Farrah
right,
Fawcett,
and no one gave a shit.
and everyone
You're
was
absolutely right.
Oh, her asshole fell out.
Right.
But Michael Jackson, he did fucking dance Thriller.
he did the moonwalk.
Yes, and Farrah Fawcett didn't moonwalk.
Nor did she touch
She
little
ran
boys.
down the beach once or twice.
And her asshole fell out.
Oh.
Poor woman.
And again, we apologize.
Don't do it.
Anybody with ass cancer. Yeah, but look, Finn Hudson. I have to keep looking down because I just don't.
No, his name is...
Well, his name was
Corey Monteith.
Monteith. Yeah, but
Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah,
I feel bad, but it's just another
May
one of
the
these
wind
Hollywood,
take you.
another Hollywood person that just like went the
through the
alcohol
ringer.
and the drugs.
went through the ringer.
What is it? Ridden hard and put out wet.
Yeah, or like die pretty and leave die young and leave a good looking corpse. He went that way. I'm sure he was a fucking. I mean, he was tapping Leah Michelle.
I mean, she's a piece of ass.
She's dope. She's got
There's nude pictures of her online from some play she did.
really.
She don't have buttons. He doesn't. It can't.
Yeah.
You grabbed your iPhone, but it doesn't really come off.
I got rid of my Storm, my BlackBerry Storm.
I saw a commercial. They're trying to make a comeback,
No,
right?
BlackBerry.
But no, I saw a commercial for the new BlackBerry.
Is it a Storm?
No, it's just called, I think it's a new BlackBerry.
Thunder.
It has a touchscreen and it has the BlackBerry pad. It's like the old things, the old ways you used to love with a new blah blah blah.
Poor guys.
I never had a BlackBerry.
I did.
I never had one.
It was just fucking clumsy, and it was like 30 fucking keys.
You're
on
clumsy, so it's perfect for you.
it. I know, but like I was always.
Don't be
wondering-
clumsy at work. Like, don't be spilling coffee. Don't be dropping stuff.
I put my
Don't
game
be
face
muttering,
on.
stuttering, prick you.
I put my game face on every time I'm brought into battle, and I got troops this time, yo. We're marching.
What the fuck does that mean?
I got bodies.
Who are you?
I know.
Who do you think you are?
I had a dream last night.
What was a dream? Tell me the dream, and we got to wrap this up because some of us have to go to work.
I know. I got to be up in a couple hours.
What time do you have to get? What time's the alarm going off?
6.
6 a.m. it goes off.
Yeah.
My alarm went off this morning. Well, Nicole's alarm went off at 5 o'clock. And
In the
when
morning?
And then when she left at 6 to say goodbye, she gives me that kiss goodbye. That woke me up. So then I had to watch TV for like an hour and a half from my
What'd you
bed.
watch?
I watched this morning the end of Falling Skies. That's the summer program I watch.
That was a big fucking letdown right there. I thought it'd be like I watched the end of Flash Gordon.
No.
I'd be like, yeah, Flash Gordon was on, and I just woke up. I'd
You
be
don't like Flash Gordon.
Are you kidding me? When he kills, who's the dude? I don't remember the villain's name, but he drives a spaceship through him, and his green blood comes out.
Rortorf or something?
I don't think it was that. No,
Tell me about your stupid dreams that we
I didn't have a dream, but we could leave it like this. It's that time of year. I'm a big baseball fan.
Right.
You're a baseball fan, I guess.
Yeah, I love baseball. I mean, I'm not a huge sports, but I'm a White Sox fan. I enjoy
But it's
it.
all-star-
They stink right now.
Yeah, they do stink. But it's All-Star Weekend coming up.
Right.
Or whatever. the
New
day
York,
is.
right?
Yeah, it's Citi Field.
See?
Which is the Mets.
See, I know that.
The Mets Field. Old Shea Stadium, for any locals out there. But I always remember when I was a kid, and school ended, and you had your camp and shit like that.
Right.
Like the baseball All-Star game was always like you're in summer and
Right.
And I remember I was in baseball camp. I was at Bucky Dent baseball camp at
What was the other one you went to? Remember, you told us the name once?
Deerfoot Lodge.
No. And I thought you were lying, the name. I thought you were making like an Asian reference, an Oriental reference.
Oh.
Branch Rickey.
Oh, Branch Rickey.
No,
Branch Rickey fucking signed Jackie Robinson.
But I just didn't remember
Indiana Jones.
when you talking about going to Branch Rickey, and I thought you were like making fun of like Chinese people. Oh, Brent Rickey. I thought that's what you were doing.
Why would you?
Remember that when we lived together and you had to explain to me what
Branch Rickey, yeah.
Right.
Branch Rickey. I have known who Branch Rickey has been since I was like 9 years old.
It slipped my mind when
Branch
you told
Rickey.
me you went to Branch Rickey camp.
No, I went to Bucky Dent school.
Right.
It was like a baseball camp.
And Branch Rickey came?
No, Branch Rickey died in like 1960 from emphysema. Like, I don't fucking know. Like congestive heart failure in 1967. Like, I don't know.
So how did Branch Rickey come into that story?
He didn't. But I went to Bucky Dent baseball camp.
Right.
And
No, but what was the Branch Rickey?
I don't know why you bring up Branch Rickey. I don't know.
I have a strong recollection of Branch Rickey camp.
I don't know. I probably lied.
Oh, what a
Lying
horrible
right now.
Go
No,
ahead.
but I remember going to baseball camp, and it was that week that the All-Star game was on, and we stayed in the barracks at West Point.
Okay.
And it was a big deal, but I don't think and we were staying in dorms with like showers and shit. And I was like 11 or 12 years old, and I wasn't really into showering in like a group shower with all that. So I didn't shower, and it was like 95 degrees out with like 88% humidity.
Oh.
So I got a little
messy downstairs.
yeah. Like I didn't
A little soiled.
And I love to wash, man. Like I'll fucking shower twice a day if like now at 30.
Right.
And love it. But then I didn't like it. So I remember I was playing in like 3 games a day
Oh my
in
god.
the summer with crotch rot basically at 12 years old.
Oh my god.
And I remember my mom came up because like a coach called her, was like, Mrs. Crowley, I think your son has a tremendous problem with his groin area. So my mom had to come up, God bless her soul, with like...
Your mother must hate you.
I know. And we had like a talk of like, look, like, you know, your genitals are very...
Your mother had to tell you this?
Yeah, and I remember because when I went to meet her, I like walked towards
You hit a
her,
waddle?
like I just got off a horse. Like I had like fucking saddlebags.
Like an equestrian?
And I was like 12 or 13 years old. I had no idea what a penis or anything was for except to piss and shit. You know, but
Your penis is not
also-
for shitting, just so you know.
I know.
You just said I didn't know my penis was for peeing and shitting.
Everything, that whole area down there, which is so it's
And your
a puzzle.
mother had to explain crotch rot to a 12-year-old?
Someone had to explain crotch rot to me.
Oh, God, Kevin.
But
Thank God we're ending this because you're such an embarrassment.
MLB All-Star Game over.
Makes you think of crotch
will
rot?
always remind me of Bucky Dent baseball camp and my crotch rot.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope that makes your evening better as listening to Kevin's crotch rot stories. Head over to www.badtakeout.com and check out our podcast. Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.